Aye, we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. PNL Patreon family birthday shout out to that queen on your screen. Her name is Marlin. Queen Marlin, you are celebrating your birthday today. You're aging like fine wine. Let's hope that today you're going to be taking a break from the hard work and today you're going to be pampering yourself. Queen Marlin, let's hope that today you're going to be enjoying your day and may you live to see a whole heap more. Now, on to the news. We are learning that 3 schoolboys, they were arrested and charged by the Portmore police for possession of prohibited weapons. They were arrested yesterday, Monday, May 15, about some minutes after 6 o'clock in the afternoon. We are learning that the police, acting on intelligence, they went to the Manza housing scheme where the 3 teenagers, they were seen and searched. It is alleged that one black imitation-looking pistol was found with the words "Made in China" engraved on it. It was allegedly found in the waistband of Davishawn. He is 16 years old and he's living in the same area. When he was questioned, he told the police that it was given to him by another of the youngster who was there. His name is Shamari Evans. He is also 16 years old. Another youngster who was there, his name is Jeswayne Brown and he's also 16 years old. He was also searched and a black imitation firearm was found in his waistband. Remember now, the Firearm Act was amended recently. There is no longer a charge of being in possession of imitation firearm. So all 3, they were charged for possession of prohibited weapon and they'll be going to the courts shortly. I have a few stories to update for you. First up, I carried a story last week, Tuesday. It was about a gun find the previous morning. Monday, May 8, about 6 o'clock. It took place at Content District in the Grange area in the parish of Westmoreland. I told you that the Westmoreland police, acting on intelligence and armed with a search warrant, they carried out a raid at a house in the area and during the search, they found that black and silver Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol. It was affixed with a magazine containing 5 rounds of 9mm cartridges. An additional 13 9mm rounds were also found. 3 persons who were found in the house, they were taken into police custody, but I hadn't given you their names because they were not yet officially charged. Well, they have now been charged and I had promised to tell you who they were. They are 1, Abighale Brooks. She is a 16-year-old student and she's living at Salt Spring in St. James. 2, Dwayne Gillette. He is 20 years old and he's also living at Salt Spring. And 3, Fredrick Wilson. He is 48 years old and he's living at the house where the gun and ammunition were found. They have been charged for 1, possession of prohibited weapon. 2, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and they'll be going to the courts shortly to face a judge. Once again, intelligencers, big up on yourself, and Westmoreland police, job well done. In the second update, I carried a story on Thursday, October 27, 2022. It was about an incident that took place the previous night, about 11:30. It took place at Jamaica Terrace at Cornwall Courts in the parish of St. James. That guy on your screen, his name is Nicardo Gray, but he was popularly known as Ryan. He was 18 years old at the time. Now, Ryan, he was at a house at Jamaica Terrace. Other youngsters were also in the house. One of the guys in the house, his name is Godfrey Brown, but he's popularly known as Nico. He was about 22 years old at the time and he lived at a nearby place named Cottage in the Salt Spring area. It is said that the guys, they had an illegal gun and they were there playing with the gun. The allegations are that Nico, he put the gun to the right side of his friend Ryan's face and squeezed. And bam! There was a long silence. When they realized what had just happened, everyone started to panic. Nicardo Gray, also known as Ryan, he fell to the ground with blood oozing from the right side of his face. His friend Nico, we are told that when he realized what just took place, he started crying, telling his friend Ryan he didn't know that a bullet was in the chamber of the gun. Nico, he then left the house and went away. Ryan, he was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Nico, he later returned to the scene whilst the police were there without the illegal gun, of course, and he was taken into police custody. Nico was eventually charged for the murder of Ryan and firearm-related charges. He was placed before the courts and less than a month ago, he pleaded not guilty for the offense of murder but guilty for the offense of manslaughter. Remember now, an illegal gun was used to commit this act. So yesterday, Monday, May 15, High Court Judge Judith Pusey, she sentenced Godfrey Brown, also known as Nico. Now, here is a sentence that the learned High Court judge handed down. She gave him 3 years, 5 months and 2 weeks in prison for illegal possession of firearm. And if that was not bad enough, she sentenced him to 2 years, 5 months and 2 weeks in prison for killing his friend Ryan. You heard what I just said, right? Nico, he was in jail for 5 months and 2 weeks before he pleaded guilty. So with that subtracted, Nico, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison for using an illegal gun to kill his friend, albeit mistakenly. What are your views on this one? And remember now, that illegal gun that was used is still out there in the hands of criminals. It's not like this guy was so sorry for what took place and he told the cops where to go and find the gun. Boy, may I tell you. Now, in this next update, I told you about an incident that took place on the evening of Monday, May 1, about some minutes to 7 o'clock. It took place on the Godfrey Stewart High School playfield. I told you that some youngsters, they were playing football when a dispute developed between two of the youngsters. As a result, it is alleged that one of them, he used a knife to juke the other one to the left side of his chest, causing a serious wound. The one who was injured, he was assisted to the Savannah Lamar Public Hospital where he was treated and admitted in a serious condition. The youngster who was injured, I didn't give you his name at the time, and there was a reason why I didn't give you his name. The reason for that is I don't normally give the names of witnesses or complainants in a case. There is a reason why I'm now gonna give you his name. His name is Abijah Watson. On September 8th this year, Abijah, he will be celebrating his 10th birthday. I also told you that the morning after the incident, the guy who allegedly did the stabbing, his mother took him in and handed him over to the Savannah Lamar police. He was subsequently charged for wounding with intent. His name is Devanie Peddie. He is 15 years old and he's living in the Savannah Lamar area. Well, that youngster, he's now facing murder charges because 9-year-old Abijah, he died in the Savannah Lamar Hospital yesterday, Monday, May 15, exactly 2 weeks after he was stabbed and injured. Sad indeed. So, from time to time, persons ask about the murder stats. I'm going to be giving you the official murder stats as of yesterday, Monday, May 15. I said official murder stats because we know a lot of persons who are reported missing, they were killed and their body not found or will never, ever be found. So, up to yesterday, leading the way was Kingston and St. Andrew. Both parishes, they have 3 police divisions each, and they both had 71 murders each. Next is St. James with 70. Next is St. Catherine with 2 police divisions. They had 67. Next is Clarendon with 45, followed by Westmoreland with 37. Then Hanover with 28. St. Ann with 27. Then Manchester with 21. St. Mary with 13, followed by St. Thomas with 11. St. Elizabeth and Trelawney, they have 7 each. And Portland, with the least amount, they have 4 so far. So the grand total up to yesterday was 478. And like I said, it can be easily said that it's more than that. So as things stand now, officially in Jamaica, Jamaicans are killing almost 4 Jamaicans per day. It's not pretty. In this next incident, this one took place last night, Monday, May 15, about 8:30. It took place in a bar on the Cottage Complex Plaza at West Street in Old Harbour in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a man, his name is Collin Alexander Haughton. He is 35 years old and he lived at Carlton Glade in the Maypen area in the parish of Clarendon. We are told that Collin and other persons, they were in the bar. Collin, he was sitting and drinking a bottle of water when a hoodlum entered the bar. The hoodlum, he pulled a gun and opened gunfire at Collin, hitting him in his head and his upper body. Collin, he collapsed and fell to the ground, and the hoodlum, he ran out of the bar, making good his escape on foot in the area. From all indication, Collin died on the spot. The police were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 6 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you forgotten to hit on the love button? So, you know, hit on it yet? Oh, you do it now? Well, have you subscribed to the channel as yet? If you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button. It will cost you a dime or a dollar to subscribe. The only reason why you are subscribing is to get the notifications as soon as we put up the videos. So, hit on the subscribe button. As also, hit on the notification bell so that whenever a video drop over Yasso, you are one of the first to be notified. We are getting reports that a young man named Rolando, he suspected to have taken his own 3 points at Richmond Hill in the Cambridge police area in the parish of St. James earlier. I am working on the details and will be updating this story in a subsequent video. Stand by for that. In the final story for today, have you heard the news? The news is saying that a JUTA tour bus operator, he was shot and killed in Montego Bay. Alright. By now, many of you should know that I am a proud member of JUTA. Yeah, man. Let me tell you a little bit about JUTA. JUTA is the acronym for the Jamaica Union of Travelers Association. There are JUTA chapters in Montego Bay, Negril, Lucy, Falmouth, Ocho Rios, and Kingston. If there are any others, please correct me. To become a JUTA member, you have to be highly recommended. Well, let me talk about the JUTA chapter I know about. You have to pay a fee to join, and you have to pay a yearly membership fee. To join JUTA, you have to own a vehicle that is sanctioned by the association, and ultimately, this vehicle have to get a road license. Now, to be a JUTA tour bus operator, you have to first be a JUTA member. Say for example, I own a fleet of vehicles and I employ someone to drive for me. That does not mean that the person who is driving for me is a JUTA tours operator. The person is simply a driver. I say that to say this. I have made checks, and Robert Harvey, also known as Priest, he was not a JUTA tours operator. Many news outlets are saying the same thing. He is not a JUTA tour bus operator. Let me make that clear. It is possible that in the past, he used to drive for a JUTA tours operator, but not recently. It is also possible that he was a member of another association, but not JUTA. In fact, what we are learning is that Robert Harvey, also known as Priest, he was a chopper. Even more than that, we are learning that in 2013, 10 years ago, Priest, he was arrested and charged for robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm. It is also said that Priest, he was closely associated with one of the factions that is now embroiled in the war at Mount Salem in St. James. Priest, he celebrated his 42nd birthday on February 15 and he lived at Abighale in the parish of St. James. It is said that from time to time, Priest, he would have motor vehicles for sale. We are told that recently, he had a white 2015 Toyota Axio that he was selling. Yesterday afternoon, Monday, May 15, about some minutes to 5 o'clock, Priest received a phone call from a female stating that she was interested in buying the white Toyota Axio and she wanted to take a look at it. Both of them agreed on the meeting spot, right in the vicinity of the Palm Guest House at Garden Crossing at Bogue in Montego Bay. Priest, he drove the car to the spot and whilst there, he met and spoke to the female who wanted to buy the car, or the female who said that she wanted to buy the car. Whilst there, we are told that a white Toyota Axio motor car drove up with two hoodlums aboard. The hoodlums, they jumped out of the car with guns in hands and they pumped several bullets into Priest. Priest fell to the ground, and even when he fell to the ground, they still went over him and put more bullets into Priest. They then jumped back into the Axio and made good their escape. The police were called, and on their arrival, Priest was seen lifeless, lying face down with gunshot wounds all over his body. Now, I have a photo of Priest on the ground. I'm going to be dropping it over on Patreon. From all indication, Priest, he died on the spot. We are told that when this crime scene was processed, a total of 18 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah.